Hello, and welcome to English 120. My name is Iris Jamal Dunkel, and I'm going to be your instructor this semester. This week, we're going to be doing the following things. I'll begin by giving you a lecture that gives you an introduction to this class, tells you exactly how to reach me, talks about our discussion forums and how you're going to be graded in them, introduces the concept of active reading, which we're going to be doing a lot of in this class, gives an introduction to journaling and an active reading exercise. And I'll also introduce you to comp class, where you're going to have your first assignment this week. The readings for this week, and you should do these readings right after you watch this lecture. You should read in The Conscious Reader, the essay by Stephen King called On Writing, and that's on pages 88 to 92. You have two assignments in Blackboard. First, you'll be asked to participate in an introduction discussion, and I'll talk a little bit about that. Then you're going to be writing your first journal entry, and that'll be answering questions and using your close reading of Stephen King's essay on writing. Finally, you're going to sign up for comp class this week, and you're going to complete the orientation and overview. Welcome to English 120. There will be weekly content posted in this class every Tuesday night at 11:59 p.m. You will get an automatic email. I am not up at 11:59 p.m. sending you that email. It's automated. I post the information earlier in the week. It's expected that you're going to log in on Wednesday mornings or sometime early after the posting to get started. You'll see a video lecture as the first thing listed every week and a PDF of the lecture. I'd like you to watch the video first. After you watch this lecture, then you go ahead and complete the week's assignments, and they'll be in the order that I'd like you to complete them in. You must complete all assignments during the week that they are due. If for some reason something comes up and you are not able to complete your assignments, please contact me immediately. I understand that every once in a while there'll be an emergency and you can contact me about that, but you need to make arrangements in advance. It's especially important that this first week you complete all of your assignments because that works just like attendance. And that makes me realize that you are active and signed up for this class, and I will not be, there's a strong wait list for this class, and we want to make sure that those who are in the class are going to be in it and doing the work. So if you don't show up the first week, you will lose your spot in this class. So please show up. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me or stop by my office hours. I did post my office hours in this class, and if you have questions about it, just email me. All right, well, let's talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing in English 120. This is a class where you learn about expository narrative and argumentative writing, and reading. You're going to learn how to analyze and critically think about readings. This course emphasizes critical thinking and reasoned support of ideas and reinforces the connections between reading and writing. You'll be doing a lot of research, learning research methods, learning how to use the library, learning how to write a research paper, and you'll also be doing a lot of writing, 6,000 to 8,000 words. And in an online class, we actually write a bit more than that because we have to write to communicate. It's a 4-unit course. 3 units are the actual Blackboard site, and the 4th unit is your comp class. You need to sign up for comp class this week. There are instructions posted under Getting Started on how to log into comp class. When you purchase your Bedford Researcher, one of our required books, it comes with a code that you use to sign up for comp class. So please make sure that when you buy the Bedford Researcher, you buy the version that has a code for comp class. That's the one they're selling at our bookstore on campus. But if you have questions, again, please contact me. There's 13 lessons in comp class, And all of them require, except for the first one, which requires a little less, they all require 2 solid hours of work. So please make sure you make time to do your comp class every week. You must complete the lab to get credit for the course, and it is worth 30% of your grade. So it's very important that you make time for these labs. It's also important that you do them during the week that they're due, because otherwise you will not get any credit. You have to complete them the week that they're assigned. All right, so the course objectives and learning outcomes basically are the same as what I described in the description of the course. I want you to think, read, and write critically about a variety of ethical, civic, and intercultural issues. Write a unified, coherent, well-supported, and grammatically correct document while also demonstrating adequate research skills, including locating, evaluating, integrating, and documenting sources using discipline appropriate styles such as MLA. And we will be using MLA citation and learning how to do MLA. These are our required texts. The conscious reader is our reader. We'll be reading essays and selections from the conscious reader. The Bedford Researcher is the book we'll be using as part of in collaboration with Comp Class. It'll also teach us how to do research and how to do our research project. And The Valley of the Moon by Jack London is the book that we'll be reading and doing our research project around. So you're expected to log in at least 4 times a week in this class and come prepared to class. That means do your work, read the essays. You're meant to post regularly in our online discussion forums and respectfully respond to your peers. I'm going to go over a rubric on how you'll be graded in discussion forums. It's basically one way to think about it is it's just like when we have a conversation in class and you raise your hand and you talk. If you have anything that's going on, you need to contact me and let me know what's going on. It's your responsibility to drop this class if you are unable to complete it. Remember, you only have 3 times to pass this class, and I want you to get through on the first time. So make sure that you are aware of if you're falling behind, you come see me and we make a plan to get you through, okay? All right, assessment. This is how you're going to be graded in this class. Essays, exams, and related assignments are 40% of your grade. Online research unit, that's comp class, 30% of your grade. And participation, which is your weekly discussion forums and your journals, is 30% of your grade. We're going to be doing an argumentative essay in the beginning of the semester. Then we'll begin our research project with a research project topic form, a research prospectus, annotated bibliography, a first draft, which will have a peer review and a self-review, and a final draft of your research paper. Plagiarism, the bottom line is don't do it. It involves passing off someone else's work as your own, and if you do it, you will automatically receive an F on that assignment. I do want to highlight if you need accommodations, you please contact the Learning Services in the Library and Learning Resource Center. It's in room 1766, and the phone number is listed here. That way, a learning disability specialist can review your needs and determine appropriate accommodations. There's also, if you need accommodations for physical or other types of disabilities, please schedule an appointment with DSPS counselor Cheryl Fernandez in the counseling department, and that's in the 800 building. The phone number is also listed here. They'll contact me if you work with them, so please make sure if you need accommodations that you do so. Okay, so the first thing you want to do this week is to log in and register for your comp class. You're required to purchase comp class, as I mentioned before. The way that once you have your access code, you're going to log into yourcompclass.com and click on student register your code, and then scroll down until you find the correct version of comp class. We are listed, you can find it under Napa Valley College, under my last name, Dunkle, D-U-N-K-L-E. Then you want to find our class, put in your access code, put your name and email address, and choose password. Then you'll select your school, state, province, your school name, then the instructor, course, or section. And the section is the number listed in WebAdvisor, also in Blackboard. Your account information will be confirmed. To log into Comp Class, return to your Comp Class, enter your email address and password at the top right login box. Then once you do log in, complete your orientation. If you have trouble, call the 1-800 number or contact tech support. They are there to help you, and you can also contact me, but generally speaking, with the login issues, they can help you faster. All right, online requirements. Like I said, 4 times a week, log in. Pretend like this is a face-to-face class, and you have to do it you have a set time. You do it 4 times a week at least. The number one reason why people fail this class is because they do not manage their time. They don't think about it. They think, oh yeah, I have online, it'll be easy, and then they don't have to go to class, so they don't go. Pretend like this is a face-to-face class. Pretend like you have to come and sit in my classroom 4 times a week. Set that time on your calendar, and every week, go to class at those times. Just go virtually. If you have problems with that, if you're feeling stressed about it, if you're feeling at all disorientated in this environment, please stop by my office. I'm here to help you. Weeks begin Wednesday morning, 11:59 p.m. Actually, things go live on Tuesday night, and everything's due on 11:59 on Tuesday night. So you want to make sure that you get everything done within the week. And finally, I just want to really reinforce that harassment of any kind, implied, written, oral, or physical, toward any member of the class or instructor will not be tolerated. All right, all English 120 students are required to write a minimum of 6,000 to 8,000 words in this course. You're going to write a lot of essays in this class, and you're going to feel really comfortable writing them because we're going to be talking about writing essays the whole time. Whenever you turn in an assignment in our online environment, you want to make sure that you attach a Word document that's double-spaced and in MLA format. It needs to be uploaded, not copy and pasted into the assignment. It must be uploaded or you will not receive credit. You're going to have reading assignments and a reading journal where you'll be answering questions and critically thinking about your reading assignments. How you reach me? I can be reached most easily by email. I also have office hours Monday from 2 to 3, Tuesday from 1:30 to 3, Wednesdays from 2 to 3, and Thursday from 1:30 to 3. You can also just send me an email or set up a time to call me. If there's no time that works for you that I'm in my office, we can also talk over the phone or set up another time to meet because I'm on campus 4 to 5 days a week. Each week you want to start with the lecture. That's where you begin. Then and watch the video, and then if you have questions, you can contact me. You have the whole week to contact me. You want to finish your work sequentially. That means in the order that it's posted. And don't forget about comp class. There's one every week for the next 13 weeks. So what we're going to be doing in our class, as you probably saw in the Getting Started area of our site, is we'll have conversations about what we're working on that week. Discussion forums are where we as a class discuss important topics. You're required to participate in these discussions in a timely manner, and you will be graded based on your participation. There will be a new discussion forum posted each week, and you must post your own response and responses to at least 3 of your classmates' posts before the end of the week. You must post your first post, as you'll see in the discussion forum this week, by Saturday. The reason why you have to post it by Saturday is because that way, then your peers will be able to respond to you. I have to set 2 deadlines like that. Otherwise, there's not enough people wait to the last minute to make their posts. So by Saturday, this coming Saturday, you need to post your introduction in the discussion forum. Here's the rubric for how I grade the discussion forums. Basically, you need to respond to everything in the prompt with at least 150 words, and you want it to be substantive. That means you need to make it so that you are critically thinking about what I've asked you. Don't just say yes or no. give me reasons or connect with the literature that we're talking about. Include quotations. When you respond to classmates, and you are required to respond to 3 classmates per week, at least. You can respond to more, always. You want your comments to significantly enhance the quality of discussion. That means if someone said something in their post and you're responding to it, you not only say, yes, I agree with what you're saying, you say why you agree with what they're saying and relate it back to what we were talking about. You want to use evidence to support what you're saying. That means refer to page numbers in our books or quotations from our books. You want to be able to write clearly and coherently. That means you want to write. You want to use spell check. There's spell check in our discussion forums. You want to read over your post before you post it. You want to write. You begin each post with "Dear class" or with some sort of address, and you want to end each post by signing your name, however you'd like to be addressed when someone responds. All right, so please look over these rubrics. They will be repeated a great deal, but if you have questions, again, please see me. You can get up to 10 points per week for your discussion forum. So our first discussion forum, as you'll see, is the Introductions discussion forum. And this is posted under our conversations. It's also posted under week 1 content. I'm going to ask you to write your full name and, if appropriate, your nickname or however you'd like us to address you in the class. Tell us about where you're from and any details you'd like to share about your family. And then I'd like you to tell us a little bit about when you felt like an insider as a reader, like when you felt like you really understood a book or you felt identified as a reader, or and I have an example for myself written in my response. And then I'd like you to tell me when you felt like an outsider as a reader, when you felt like everyone else was getting a reading or a book or something in school and you weren't. Because I've had a lot of experiences of that, let me tell you. So I really want you to think about it. Have you ever had a time when you felt like you were a reader? And what was that like? And if you ever had a time when you felt like you weren't a reader, and what was that like? Then I'd like you to also post a photograph of yourself. That way we kind of have a visual to see each other in the forum. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you can also just post a picture of something you really like or really love. So something we're going to be doing a lot of in this class is active reading. When you read a text, you're not going to just sit down and read it and get through it. For this class, you have to actively read. That means you have to critically think about the text that you're going to be reading. So before you even begin reading, I want you to think about the title. So for example, you're going to be reading Stephen King's essay on writing. Why is it called On Writing? What do you think? Predict what do you think this will be about. Who wrote the text? Stephen King. What do you know about this guy? Have you ever heard about Stephen King before? What does he typically write? Think about that. What genre is it? Is it fiction? Is it nonfiction? Is it an essay, nonfiction, or is it fiction? Or is it a play? Is it a poem? And then think about when it was published. That will be listed in your book, so make sure you look for that. It's really important to pay attention to when things are published. Then while you're reading, I'd like you to circle any words that you don't know and look them up in your dictionary. I'd like you to mark words or passages that make you think about things that you've already read. Mark words or passages that bring to mind personal experiences. Maybe he's writing about an experience that reminds you of something that happened to you. Mark passages that are difficult and come back to them or ask questions. Mark passages you really like and on the margin in the book, right? Why you liked it. Mark parts of the text that highlight the main theme or summarize what's being said. This can really help you, like, oh, in this part he's saying this. And then ask questions. Ask Stephen King questions. Ask yourself questions. Or ask characters in the text questions. Have a running dialogue with what you're reading. This is something we're going to be doing throughout the semester, so I'd like you to practice it every week, and if you ever have questions about it, because people sometimes feel uncomfortable writing in their books, you are required to write in your book, and I will be checking to make sure that you are when we have conferences in a few weeks. So please make sure you start doing this. You're also going to be writing in a journal in this class, mainly about what we're reading and the research you're doing. I did post this information about writing in a journal under Getting Started. Please review it, but just know the details. Your journal entries must be at least 250 words. They need to answer all of the questions asked in the prompt, and they must be turned in every Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. There's details on how to use the blog, the journals functionality in Blackboard if you're having trouble with it. You also can come see me, and each journal entry is worth 10 points. Here's the questions that I have posted as your journal entry number 1 on Stephen King's essay on writing. Why does King feel that reading bad books can have a positive effect on a budding writer? What effect can reading good books have on your writing? According to King, why is it necessary to read a lot and to write a lot in order to be a good writer? What kinds of sacrifices does King believe a writer must make if he or she expects to succeed at becoming a good writer? All right, that's it. Oh, I have the date wrong here, guys. I'll fix this in the slides that I'm going to be posting. Week 2 is actually January 29th. But we will be talking about active reading again, and I'll give you an overview about academic writing. We're going to be reading Malcolm X's essay, Homemade Education, Virginia Woolf's essay, The Angel in the House. We'll have a discussion forum and a journal, and you will be doing a comp class called Understanding Research. All right, that's it, you guys. This was a longer lecture. They won't always be this long, but please come see me if you have any questions. See you online.